insurance industry as such in India is close to 2 lakh crores. The whole of last year, all the players together generated a premium revenue. I'm talking only about general insurance industry. It's 2 lakh crores, right? So that's what we're looking at. Now, if you talk about the number of companies, there are 34 general insurance companies in India. Some of you may know, most of you may not know. So this is not a small number in terms of the ecosystem, in terms of the industry employability. How much employment they can really generate is something phenomenal. And apart from the direct general insurance companies, you also have brokers who look for people, right? So there are more than 500 direct brokers and reinsurance brokers who are working in the insurance industry in India. And if you look at some of the independent professionals who work out of this industry, there are more than 20,000 surveyors who do the survey job for various class of businesses. They may be an automobile engineer for a motor surveyor, an auto insurance surveyor. Surveyor is somebody who actually assesses a claim. Whenever there's an accident, whenever there is a claim that happens, as we call it, the insurance companies appoint a surveyor, and the count is nothing less than 20,000 in India. And if you talk about the investigators and advocates, why I'm insisting on this is anyone and everyone can become a huge part of this growing insurance industry, right? So that is why we've tried to put in to just give you some nuance of how big and how phenomenal the industry is growing. Right now, some of you know that even the foreign direct investment, the budget that was passed last year, it opened up the foreign direct investment to 74%, which is why we're seeing many foreign investors increasing their investment in India and bringing more opportunities for employees or for professionals or for the students to seek an insurance as a career. So, like we saw, there is an expanding ecosystem. There are new companies that are, even last week, there were two direct insurance brokers who have got the approval from the regulator. We're seeing every month new players, new intermediaries who are getting licensed, and there is an ever-growing need for people and employees. So there is a greater need for professionals, both freelance and employed. So here's where one thing that is distinctly changing in the insurance industry. When I was part of this industry, I worked in the industry for 30 years now. It is completely only employment. Right now, like I said, you have the opportunity as an entrepreneur. You can be your own, person who can generate business like an agent or a broker. The requirements to become an agent or a broker, or what we call as POSP, which is a very unique form of, being able to generate insurance business. It is very, very simple to get a license and start your own insurance business, right? So we call it point of sale person, right? So if you are the person who has the entrepreneurial skill, all you need to do is just get an overview of what this is all about and launch your own POSP with any insurance broker or company, right? Start doing business and start gaining commissions. Surveyors, agents, IMFs. So if you want employment, there is a way. If you want to work freelance, there is a way. If you want to just be an intermediary and grow your business through which you can gain commission, there is a way. If you are a skilled person like an engineer or an automobile engineer or any other specialized engineer or even an MBA graduate, there is so much that you can really achieve in this industry. More than anything, there is a growing need for insurance trainers like our own. For us, it's been tremendous to see how much the need for training has become in insurance. Because even the large companies or the mid-sized companies, they all have realized that the employees need training as a huge requirement because the times are changing, digitalization is happening, the market is emerging, and so training is an integral part. So even if you want to be an insurance trainer as a freelancer, this is the time you want to. If you like that as a profession, you can take it up, right? And of course, the risk manager is something which is a little more critical in nature. It needs a lot of specialized skills. So just to summarize what we've seen about the industry is it is growing, it is expanding, job opportunities, employment opportunities, or professional opportunities, plenty, 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 right? That is what we're looking at as an insurance industry. So what has the pandemic done? Now, one thing is about the pandemic, it is over right now. We're seeing many insurance companies back in action. The employees have hit back the office. Everything's happening. But on the other side, the pandemic, which really brought, we all thought that, the entire country has come to a standstill. But there was one silent industry which kept on moving, which kept on growing, which is the insurance industry. Both the years when the pandemic hit, the insurance business did not stop growing. It was growing at the same rate at which it was growing pre-pandemic. That is the beauty of what has happened. Now, apart from even the existing growth, there are newer markets, there are newer risks. See, right now, if you see, because of the pandemic, everything has become virtual. We know that so many of our transactions, financial transactions, are all online. Right? So there is a huge threat to cyber. So suddenly, people have realized that, I need cyber insurance, I need cyber risk, because all my transactions, my bank account is open, my credit card is open, my debit card numbers are out. So, people are realizing that they need insurance. The awareness for insurance has gone up because of pandemic. Of course, after Corona, people realize how important, healthcare is, how important treatment for specific diseases are. And so it is so easy, to, know how, the features of health insurance product today. You go to any social media platform, there is so much content for you to see awareness about health insurance and even purchase a health policy. And even the vehicle insurance, you know, at the click of a button, you can buy a vehicle insurance or renew your policy, right? So, which is in a way, it has created such a need for, the pandemic itself has opened up so much for people to look at insurance as an important, essential need, right? So, business risks. A lot of business people also realized, because when the pandemic struck, the entire business came to a standstill. And a lot of businesses which went without insurance, they're all looking for insurance now. They feel that, it's better I go for an insurance policy. So the awareness for insurance is also growing because of the pandemic that has hit all of us. Any number of events got cancelled during pandemic period, right? Be it a marriage, or be it a public function, or a music launch, or a film launch. So many events that, the government, things, sports tournaments, so many events that were, into which so much money goes into, in terms of spending and conducting such events, they all got cancelled, right? So if you see that also, the insurance aspect has become very, very prevalent and very, very prominent need now. So this is just to give you an idea of how insurance and the need is growing in the country. And like I already said, convergence. So it is not just insurance which is being, seen in an isolation. In my days when I was an early professional, insurance being separate subject. Banking is separate, insurance is separate. But now there's a complete convergence. Fintech and insurtech, these are not anymore two different companies. Every insurtech offers fintech services. Every fintech company offers insurtech companies. Because of technology, they are able to club the products. So there's a clear convergence between banking and insurance. And if you see the regulatory environment, I don't know how many of you are from the industry, or some of you may have heard that, insurance, even in the, in the budgets that the central government has put out, insurance penetration, like we are already seeing, banking has already penetrated into every, nook and corner of the country. Similarly, insurance is also going into deeper roots and deeper pockets of the Indian population. So there is a lot of need that is felt even in the rural areas for insurance today. And one thing, because of the technology, it is very easy to even, issue policies to them, or, grant or access the insurance products to them. So banks are also being empowered to distribute insurance. Like I said, fintech and insurtech, banks by themselves, they have started promoting insurance products. So there's a clear convergence, there's a clear overlap, right? And of course, artificial intelligence has come to stay. Definitely, digitalization or the tech revolution is a huge opportunity in the insurance industry. So this is a recent statistics that I wanted to show here that there is Naukri. You all know, most of you are aware, Naukri.com. So Naukri Jobs Peak Index, they put out a data analytics which said that in the month of July this year, the biggest employer in India was the insurance industry, right? And they showed a record increase of 21% growth in recruitment. So this clearly shows that the opportunities are plenty and bountiful in insurance industry for both the freshers as well as those who are early professionals and who are looking to advance your career in insurance. So having seen the opportunities, I want to share some of the unique insurance sector features. So like any other sector, you have the IT sector, you have the pharma sector, or you have the healthcare sector or the automobile sector. There are many industries, right? Insurance is also an industry which is completely employee driven, right? Workforce driven. We don't sell products. In insurance, we don't sell products. They're no hardcore. It's not an FMCG. We sell a promise, right? That in case of a claim, we will pay you compensation. Now, in this case, now if you see the unique aspects of the insurance sector, so especially if you see the general insurance sector, there's really no formal recruitment platform. Like at least in the banking, some of you may know, most of you may know, we had something called the banking BSRB, right? There is some entrance exam where people write the exam and they get recruited. But largely, I haven't seen any structured entrance examination kind of stuff for the general insurance industry. So there's really nothing structured in that sense where you can apply and get on board. The other thing is educational background. Anybody can, join the insurance industry. It's not like, you need to be a software. See, if you want to go to an IT industry, you need to be a software engineer. If you want to work in a pharma company, you should have a pharma graduation or a post graduation, isn't it? If you want to move into an automobile, specialized educational background is a compulsory must. But that's not so in the insurance industry. You will have a chemical engineer, you will have an MBA, you will have a commerce graduate, you will have simply, a person who's, a civil engineer, right? A software professional and an auditor background person, all kinds of people. There's really no specific educational background, which is a very unique aspect of the insurance industry. And one thing about insurance is because it is growing, there is high demand. It's a very, very highly competitive market. When I say competitive, not just in terms of the product, it is also about the price of the product. It is also about the choice the customer has, and it is also about the employees who work there. Right? So you need to have a competitive edge if you have to perform and win in the insurance sector. Of course, there's a huge need for workforce. See, we are a training company. Whenever we go and make presentations and tell people that we train your employees, they immediately ask, will you give us employees? They want, there's a huge need for employees, right? So this is again a very, very unique thing about the insurance sector. And another thing, if you see, one thing is, like I said, the educational background is very vast and the functional roles that it offers. You will have an admin guy, you will have an accounts person, you will have a HR person, you will have an IT person, you will have a risk engineer, right? You will have simply an operations person who needs to, be able to issue policies, a data person, a marketing person, somebody who's done an MBA who will be a business head, any number of functional roles, right? So a finance person. So this is something very, very unique. It is, if you go to an IT company, largely 95% will be only IT people. Okay, 5% support services will be there. Similarly, in a pharma, similarly, let's say even in any other manufacturing sector, insurance is one place where you have diverse functional roles also. Another important thing, like we don't have any structured platform for enrollment, like an entrance exam or anything. Most of the recruitments, of course, it happens through portals, job portals, but it is referral based. If you see, mostly somebody will refer somebody and then they get recruited. So referral based recruitment is very, very common and unique to an insurance sector. You must be wondering why I'm sharing all this. I'll tell you why. So far, we've seen the opportunity. So far, we've seen the unique characteristics of an insurance industry. So, and we're seeing the growing need for people. So, what is it about you? All of you have come to this free webinar. You want to know, okay, ये सब भाषण है. What is it about me? Why am I listening to all this? Clearly, I want to assure you that the opportunities are plenty and plenty for freshers like you, or some of you who are early professionals. Definitely, the opportunities are plenty, right? Now, what is important is you make a career plan for yourself. This is what is missing, where somewhere we feel people come in with no specific goal because everything is so open-ended. People come in not even knowing what kind of role to choose, not even knowing where to specialize. By the time they figure out what is it I'm good at and what is it that I need to specialize for, it simply collapses. I mean, you run about 5 6 years in the industry already. So here's where there is a need for you to build a career plan. So if you want to grow within the role, there is a plan that you need to evolve. If you want to expand into a new role, you need to define these things. If you want to expand into a new domain within insurance, domain, what I mean is, I don't know if you're aware, there's something called an underwriting department, there's something called a claims department, there's something called a marketing department, operations, customer service, business development, right? So there's so many domains that you can change. You can definitely choose and work your career plan. And definitely, there's so many new things happening in the industry. There are new jargons, new apps, new customer behaviors. The whole lot of companies engaging with their customers. So much of learning that is really needed for every individual like you, right? To make use of these opportunities. Another important thing unique about insurance is there are certain certifications. Some of you may know, or most of you are freshers. So it is like there are 3 levels of certifications which are very very useful and effective in insurance. It's called licentiate, associate, and fellowship, which is offered by an institute called Insurance Institute of India. So now, if you want to prepare for these exams, you could do it by yourself. But by attending some of these boot camps, these kind of training programs, it equips you to clear those exams. So that is also a very important feature that you need to focus on. So just to summarize, what is it about you, being in this orientation session is the KST, right? You need to have a KST plan to be relevant in this huge industry. Okay, there are opportunities. Okay, the industry is growing. What about me? It is KST. You need to upgrade your knowledge. You need to expand your skills and you to sharpen your traits. Right? So this is something we talk about in our boot camp in much detail. But staying relevant in this huge, vibrant industry is something that you need to really work upon. Right? Now, again, when I said career plan, what does career plan mean? We call it PRE. Right? All these are spoken in detail in the boot camp, but I'm just giving you an overview. So definitely in this mundane industry, huge industry, you definitely need to have a personal mentor or a guide, right? Who can help you build that career plan. And you need to be exposed to a consistent repository of learning material. It is, see, you go to LinkedIn, you will find blogs and blogs and articles and blogs and so much stuff, you get overwhelmed by it. So when you say repository, you want a very curated curriculum. You wanted a very selected content which you can see on a in short nuggets, in a structured way, right? So that is what we try to bring through the boot camp. We look at the structure, but in that 8 weeks time, we pick out what is important for you as an insurance professional and try and give it. This is a lot of work because see, everything is available on Google, but it's impossible for us to learn what is in demand, and that is what we try to bring through the bootcamp. And of course, there are a lot of experiential learning programs. So we call this PRE. So one is KST, which we saw, knowledge, skill, and traits. Then is PRE, which you should definitely focus on building, which is personal mentor, repository, and experiential training. Right? You want practical training. See, You want practical training. You want workshop mode of training where you learn, even though those people who have done the insurance college graduation, you want them to prepare themselves in a certain way through practical learning. That is what we call as E. Another thing before we go into the boot camp structure is, see, one thing when I see, I've had the great fortune of grooming so many professionals throughout my 30 years career in the insurance industry. But when I look at some of them when they enter the industry, of course they are raw, very raw. But hardly, because of this open-endedness of the insurance industry, you don't know what to expect, you don't know where you're going. It's very important that you as a person has to fix what is the purpose of your profession. What is it you really want to achieve through your profession? What moves you emotionally? And who are the people you really want to serve? Right? So, one of my initial days was, I would be so delighted to see when I'm able to offer a claim on the spot to my client. Now, it is not just about settling a claim, it is about a purpose that I want to achieve. That I'm able to help somebody in their business. So, insurance is all about serving people. So you must be clear about the purpose when you come into this industry like an insurance, right? And many people, who even now I'm in touch with many people through the training programs. When I ask them what's your core competence or your core skill, they really, they have no idea. So what is it that is your core technical skill, your core competence? Some of you may be really good at resolving conflicts. Some of you may have an important trait of being able to build teams. Some of you may have very, very sharp analytical skills. Or some of you may also be having a huge amount of problem solving abilities. Everyone has a unique capability. But are you able to quantify it? Are you able to transfer it? Are you able to visualize what is your core competence? This also. So the core purpose and core competence is also something that we, kind of instill this in the people who attend the boot camp, because it's very important. See, you enter into an industry that is so full of opportunities, but you need to know where you want to excel. What is it that I want to achieve? And what is my basic skill? These are things that we try and build in the boot camp structure, which gives a clear idea for you how to go about your career. So, what does a boot camp mean? I mean, if you look at the Google definition for a boot, why did we name it as boot camp? Right? What is the meaning for a boot camp? Boot camp means it's if you look at the literal meaning, it is a short-term training. It's see that's why we're not doing a 2-year course like an insurance course or something or an MBA in insurance. This is a short-term training. It's just 8 weeks, right? I did solid 32 to 35 hours of training in 8 weeks time. This is how it is. And they're very, very intense sessions. Like I said, when you say boot camp, the meaning is they're very intense sessions because, like I said, they are practical learning. Like I said, practical application of what you learn is what you will really go through in the boot camp. And you get on with action. So, one thing is knowing the theory. Another thing is when you get into a job, people want you to just launch yourself and start with your work. The employer is looking at you being so ready, right? So in that sense, we kind of curated the boot camp to meet these growing needs in insurance professionals. So right now, who can enroll? So this boot camp on like this is a complete online program. It will be, like I said, an 8-week program, and it will be completely offered online through the Zoom platform. But we have various modules and structures in which we will do it. Now, who can enroll? Any graduate, postgraduate, or even a diploma holder can enroll for this program, right? Now, you may be an entrant. That means you're just aspiring for an insurance career. You come into this program, you figure out what are the opportunities in detail. You try and gain the basic skills, the essential skills that you need to go out and work in the insurance market. This is what it can do for the freshers. And let's say you are an early professional, 1, 2, 3 years of experience. Even for you, it gives you a certain clarity. It declutters your mental process, helps you build a career plan, and also helps you get the in-demand skills that are needed out of the early professionals. And also for the regular professionals who are more than 3 years, in case they want to, like I said, in case they want to change their domain, or in case they want to grow within their role, it is open to all who can enroll for this program. Now, what is this offer? Really, when you look at the boot camp, we've seen what is the meaning of boot camp, who can apply. Right now, what does it offer? Now, these are all words and jargons, but I want you to pay attention as to how we've built it. See, it offers job readiness, right? It offers market readiness. We look at it, each one. And like I said, you can learn the in-demand skills of today. Today, there are a set of skills that are demanded out of an insurance professional. Only then you can build and succeed in your insurance career. And it offers something like a foundational learning in insurance. We will definitely look at some of the basic foundational concepts in insurance in the bootcamp. It will equip you to pass a certification exam. At the end of the boot camp, you will be definitely much more confident to appear for the licentiate exam, and you'll be able to pass it with much ease. Many of our participants over the last 2 years, not even just the boot camp, even before the webinars and the courses that we offer, they have found it very useful in being able to clear the licentiate and associate exams. Right? Another important aspect of the boot camp is based on your performance. If you do well in the 8 weeks, and we have certain criteria, we also end up handing you over as an intern to any of the insurance companies or brokers. It depends totally on your performance, your assessment score, but you get an internship opportunity. Now, this internship in the last 4 batches that we've done, if you're extremely good, it can also be a paid internship. It depends on the company which is offering you the internship. Or it will not be a paid internship, but they may give you an internship for 3 months or 6 months. And if you perform, see, right now, if we are confident that we will train you to the level, if you qualify for the internship, definitely we feel that your work will be such that you will definitely get absorbed within the same company as an employee. So this much assurance, we take it on ourselves to train you enough and see that you succeed in your internship opportunity. So like I said, what is job ready? How is it different, right? So now there are many academic courses. Even if you see MBA, you can do MBA in banking, you can do MBA in BFSI, you can do MBA in insurance itself, you can do MBA in marketing. Academic courses are definitely there, right? I'm not denying the significance of such programs, but there's a difference between job readiness and academic courses. So job ready courses is something that employers definitely look at. If let's say an employer onboards an employee, all the recruits, they expect these employees to come with the skills and the ability to step into the job with no support. They wanted to just come with a competitive edge and get on to the to the job. You get on with the activities, so that there's a certain quickness and there's a quick adaptability that you will gain. This is something we assure through the boot camp. The job ready course, like our boot camp, is different in that sense from an academic course. Now, market ready. What is market ready? It is a certain readiness of having known the products, the services, and the experiences that are aligned to the target markets. So this is something that is not taught in an MBA or an insurance course or even in the long-term 2-year course. They offer academic knowledge that also is of use, but once you complete that, this particular boot camp is something that will help you get ready with hands-on product knowledge, the basic stuff. Not, I'm saying, you can't learn insurance in 8 weeks. That's not what I'm saying. But you will gain the basic knowledge of products, services, and experiences that helps you launch yourself immediately as you join your job. Now, what is this in-demand skill? In-demand skill, we've been talking in-demand skills for very long. What are they? See, today's any profession, take it any industry, and most important in insurance industry, it is not enough if you are just just good, right? So if you want to have the competitive edge, apart from having the insurance knowledge, you need to have these practical skills. which is what we try to do in the boot camp. And we try to create workshops or create practical learning through case studies where you gain some of these basic traits. We give you frameworks to develop these skills in a small way. What are these skills? Effective communication. See, a lot of people, you may know everything in your mind, but you're not able to, speak up with confidence. So we put you on to a few modules and practices where you become more effective in your communication, right? Be it making a presentation or talking about an insurance product or simply introducing yourself. There are sessions and modules that focus on effective communication. Networking ability. Today, we are living in a world where if you don't know how to network, you are nowhere. Right? So, you need to gain the networking ability. Problem solving. We do it through experience learning modules, which is like a practical workshop. You need to constantly learn. Like I said, learning skill is something, perhaps if you onboard with us, you will be on a platform for learning. That much we'll assure. All our so far with the alumni of IRA bootcamp, they are all in touch with us. They have access to the constant learning content that we churn out for them, right? So you can wish to continue, you can be with us permanently to access our resource repositories. That is something we assure. Tech savviness. So how many of you see tech savvy means today what? Just operating WhatsApp? No. Tech savviness is in multiple layers. And it's not that only the IT people have to perform. Today every person has to be tech savvy, right? So be it, using an app or being able to use Google spreadsheets or being able to use Microsoft Excel with a certain, usage in terms of being able to generate graphics or the data analytics part, which like small things like an infographic or an Excel skill, or even your app skills. All these tech savviness is something that is bare minimum expected from an insurance professional. So we try and build few modules on these as well to give you an opening understanding of how this actually works. And one big thing, like we throughout our 2 years of exposure with the insurance companies and brokers who are our clients, one thing they tell us is most of our employees don't have the customer oriented approach. Be it you're in operations or servicing or the marketing side, we don't look at the customer orientedness. So this is something we have a separate module to focus on and bring that skill as well. So you may think, what are these? I mean, but at the end of the boot camp, you will realize that a lot of these skills are very, very useful in your day-to-day functionality. So, like I said, we have 8 weeks. The first 2 weeks will focus on the industry, right? You can see there, 1 to 2 weeks will be industry, which means we talk about the market, the legal framework, right? So, what are the tasks? We understand the industry, we understand who are the players, we understand the regulatory environment. All these we will take time to look at in the first 2 weeks. And the third and fourth week, we will look at some of the fundamental, the technical skills, the insurance skills, concepts, principles, practices, and we will look at 12 insurance products. We look at the coverages and comparisons of common products. We have 12 products in our modules, which we will offer to you in the third and fourth week. And the fifth and sixth week, it is more on the soft skill side, where we look at marketing and customer oriented approach. So though you may think that I don't want a sales job, it's important you learn the marketing attributes, because see, if not external marketing, you need to do internal marketing within your company. So definitely it is a real useful module which we've seen based on our existing participants and their feedback as well. You learn the basic idea how to approach customer orientedness in a very unique way, right? And the last 2 weeks, which is seventh and eighth week, we drill you through the communication and digital skills. It can be networking, it can be how to present or how to speak with confidence. Like I said, how to use some basic IT tools. All these things will be covered in the seventh and eighth week. So now, how is a boot camp different? We already saw it is totally different from an academic course. But right now, the important thing here is we try to bring in actionable insights from industry experts. Like I am a faculty, and there are five or six more of us. We bring in insights that you can use in your practical work place. So we've created case studies, we've created learning modules in such a way that you will be able to get the actionable insights. And of course, like I said, if you continue to be on our learning platform, we are always there to help you in your long term journey as well, right? So we give real world examples for you to understand better, and there is ease of accessing the sessions. We'll put out a timetable for the 8 weeks, and most of these sessions will be non-working hours in case you're already a college student or you're working in some company. It will not clash with your working hours or studying hours. We've kept it for the evening sessions or the weekend sessions. So it is ease of accessing both time and space, and the sessions will be both in group as well as one to one. Some of the sessions are one to one, and we will look at how to go about it in the bootcamp. Apart from what we've seen, the 8 week modules that I have said, we also offer something called career services. This will be a group session for all in one batch. So we have a cohort of almost 15 to 20 people in each cohort, and there will be group sessions that we will do for building an impressive resume. Right? You need to build an impressive resume, and we help with interview preparation, and we also help you build a very effective and standout LinkedIn profile. These are basic essentials for any insurance professional, any professional for that matter. So these are the career services that we offer. So if you look at the structure of the program, we have 15 pre-recorded video sessions that we will give you access through the 8 weeks. There'll be 12 interactive sessions, live and interactive, like faculty driven, which will be like how we are talking right now. And like I said, there will be assignments and quizzes. We will assess you for the learning. It's all online. You have to apply and pass the assignment and the quiz. There will be practical workshop sessions. We have 8 of them. Like I said, some of these soft skills, it is not just to keep bhashan. We will put you through frameworks and get you to break that barrier, break that ice, and build new business and soft skills. And like I said, there will be group sessions for the career services that we offer. There are 3 group sessions. Now, this is a sample of certificate that we offer at the end of the completion of the course of 8 weeks. At the end of 8 weeks, of course, this certificate will be given to you only if you secure a minimum of 70% assessment of all the online average of all the online assessments that we will do, and attendance is must. See, one of the thing, many, our existing cohort people, they come back and say, we didn't get certificate. Attendance is must. We will not, if you miss out, see, recorded sessions you can watch at any time. But live sessions, group discussions, and, the online quiz that you'll need to attend, the practical workshops, attendance is compulsory. If there is a lack of attendance, then we will not be in a position to give you the certificate of completion. So this is a sample of the certificate of completion for one of our participants on the previous batch. So this is basically awarded for essential skills for an insurance professional. So this is how the certificate will be issued to you at the end of 8 weeks of bootcamp. Like I said, just to complete the internship opportunity, based on the overall performance, attendance, and the assessment score, we will offer an internship opportunity either with an insurance company or with a broker. This will be given, it will be on a referral basis. We will put you on to them, and after that, the engagement is direct. We are not involved. But definitely, we will create an internship opportunity if you perform well. But this is not employment. Like I said, the internship will be more like an on the job for you. But if you perform, obviously there's every chance that you will get recruited within the same company. So we hope and work towards that. Right? That's why we create an internship first, and then beyond that, it is up to you and the company. But we are confident that with the skills that you will gain, you will definitely find a good fit to join the company.